Good morning. It's September the 20th, and this is our second round of cantaloupes. Early in the season, we grew a variety that was called Delicious 51. It was a personal size melons, and I've kind of gotten into the smaller size melons that I can trellis up and get off the ground because I don't like growing my cantaloupes on the ground. I used to grow the Hale's Best variety back home and let them sprawl along the raised bed planter box, and the bugs just got all over everything, and I just don't like doing that anymore. So I've switched to the smaller personal size cantaloupes, and this is what we're growing now. It's a variety from Seed Savers Exchange. It's more like a honeydew melon, and I'll let you see the back of this pack. It's like a Hungarian descent melon that was grown in Israel, and 3 to 4 pounds. And I think we have enough time that we can, left in the season down here, that we can get some of these Haogen. Not sure how you say that, but these are a beautiful looking melon, and they've got good reviews online about them. So we ordered this variety, and we planted the seeds 8, 10, 25, so that should give us plenty of time to get a few melons off of here. And we're growing them, we're trying to do them like we did the last 2 melons, Espalier. We're doing it like the French do their fruit trees in small spaces. I think that's where that came from. Espalier. But what we're doing is, first of all, we changed up from the 15-gallon pots to a 25-gallon pot. I'm already seeing I like that better, so I'll stick with growing my cantaloupes in a 25-gallon pot. I'm already seeing this plant. Now, this is a different variety, so that could be what that is, but the plant's already growing faster and bigger. And I'll just take these vines. Every day these vines grow up about 2-3 inches. They get about 2-3 inches longer, and I'll just wrap it around this run until we get it over here, and I'll turn it up a little bit, and there's your second one coming up. And we'll do the same thing on the second wire. There's the third one. And you can kind of see the design we're after there. And that lets a lot of sunlight get in there. These plants are in full sun all day. And a lot of air get through there, where some of the cantaloupe varieties I've grown in the past that I just let them sprawl along the ground, they ended up with powdery mildew pretty heavy. But the last 2 little melons we grew, even in all the rain down here, we didn't get that. But that could be the disease resistance bred into that variety, that Delicious 51. So we're going to see what these end up like. Like I say, I wrap them every morning. I'll come out here. Now this one, I'll give another day or two, and we'll put it underneath the piece of wire there, and it'll turn back up as the sun hits it and comes out on it. And sometimes I have to use some string. I use some yarn here to train them to get them up where I'm at. So we got 1 there, 2 there for the second wire, 3 for the third wire, 4 for the fourth wire. And as these guys start setting their fruit, on your cantaloupes and your watermelons and your cucumbers, they always set the male flowers first to attract the pollinators. Well, now we're getting the female flowers on here. And the bees have been hitting these guys pretty hard this morning. So let's see, there's a male flower. It doesn't have a fruit on the bottom of the flowering head there. And there's a female flower. It's got the little baby cantaloupe in there. So there's another one. So what I'll do is I'll let this vine grow. And when we get a couple of different fruits on there, on this main vine coming off of the main vine that's growing up, once we get some fruits to set, I'll go ahead and snip this one off down here on the bottom. Anything down here on the bottom, these secondary vines coming off of the main vine, I'll snip them off so we can put the energy into developing that melon. I don't know when the frost is going to get in here. This is our first year down here, so I at least want to get 1 or 2 melons off of this plant. So as these vines grow over, any secondary vining coming off of these plants, I'm going to snip them off so the energy goes right into making at least 1 or 2 melons per vine. Lord willing, they do that. This one was growing up into the sunshade, so I went ahead this morning and pulled it down. You can see the tendril there. I went ahead and wrapped the tendril around the wire, and that basically lets it go ahead and grab on, and it'll force it to grow this away. So this is our second attempt of growing cantaloupes down here in southern Mississippi. We're doing it Espalier, and we're going to try some of our fig trees like that too. But this lets a lot of sunlight get down in the middle of this plant, and it gets a lot of airflow, and I'll be spraying it once every week or two with some copper fungicide to help out with the disease. We're not getting a lot of rain this time of year here in September, but what we are getting is cool mornings, and it's covered in dew. So I come out here every morning and I knock the dew off the leaves to try to help stop or prevent some powdery mildew forming. But this is our second attempt at growing cantaloupes down here in southern Mississippi. This is the variety we're growing in a 25-gallon pot. It's just potting mix, mixed heavily with leaf clippings, composted leaf clippings, composted grass clippings, and I top dress with a tablespoon of tomato and vegetable organic fertilizer once a week. And every 2 weeks, I'll put 2 gallons of water on this plant, and I'll mix in a tablespoon of the Super Thrive. That's how we're doing it. That worked for us with the Delicious 51 variety. Lord willing, and with any luck, we'll get some more cantaloupes before the season gets too cold to and wipes these plants out. We'll keep you updated. Thanks for watching.